Hi friends, today we are going to see the next part of the automobile engineering, that is unit number 2, that is steering and suspension system. Already we have seen the part of the steering, that is a basic principle and the components and the mechanism of the steering system. Now in this video we can continue with the next part of the unit number 2, that is a suspension system. Myself Mr. SP Udgave, Department of Mechanical Engineering, SIT COE. So first, that is in this video we can go through the purpose of suspension system. So the purpose, it supports the weight and provides the smooth ride. It allows the rapid cornering without extreme body roll and keeps the tires in firm contact with the road. The suspension system, that is allows the front wheels to turn side to side for the steering and works with the steering system to keep wheels in correct alignment. These are the purpose of suspension system. So next, that is a types of suspension system. Basically it is classified into two types. First one, it is a non-independent type suspension. It has both right and left wheel attached to the same solid axle. When one wheel it is hits the bump in the road, it upward movement causes the slight tilt of the other wheel. And second type, it is the independent suspension system. Independent suspension system is the board, that is a term for any automobile suspension system that allows each wheel on the same axle to move vertically independently for of each other. Now you can see the figure. In the figure, so figure shows the particularly dependent and independent suspension system. So first, that is shows the independent type. So these are the independent axle that moves a vehicle independently, and second, that is a non-independent. So one wheel that is a comes on the bump, that is a other wheel also tilt, that is a non-independent type. Now we can go through the basic components of the suspension system. In this, first there is a control arm, that is a movable lever that fastens the steering knuckle to the vehicle's body or frame, that is called as a control arm. And second one, that is a steering knuckle provides the spindle or bearing support for the wheel hub, bearing and wheel assembly, that is shown in figure. So next one, that is a basic parts of the suspension system. So first one is the ball joint, that is a regularly, that is a swell joints, that is allows the control arm and steering knuckle to move up and down and side to side. We can use the ball joint. And the springs, so we can use the coil spring or lip spring that supports the weight of the vehicle and permits and control arm and wheel to move up and down. Next component is the shock absorber, or also you can call it as a dampers, that is a keeps the suspension from that is a continuing to the bounce after spring compression and extension. And the second, that is a control arm bushing. We can different types of bushing that is used for the sleeves that allows to control arm to swing up and down on the frame. So next one, that is the most important part of the suspension system, that is two types of the spring we can use, that is depend on the function. So first one is the coil spring and second one is the lip spring. So first, that is we can go for the lip spring. It is used in many early applications, that is the internal that is the friction. It is provides the damping and provides the lateral location for the axle or heavy axle, that is prone to that is a weaken over time. And lip spring are now limited to the rear of some cars. Most of the that is a lip spring are classified into the with or without eyelet, with or without center band. So we can use the lip spring, that is a application that is shown. So for the heavy structure we can use the lip spring. So components of the lip spring, that is a leaves, numbers of leaves we can use, that is a clamping, that is a clips we can use, and center band to hold that leaves we can use. and one end, that is a shackle, is connected with the frame, and other end, that is a fixed with the spring hinger. And all the whole assembly of the leaf spring, it is a connected with the U-bolt. So these are the main component that is also shown in this also figure, that is a leaf spring with that is a, and that is a dampers also provided for the suspension system. Next is the coil spring. In coil spring, the little or to no internal damping, that is related with the coil spring. It is having low cost compared with the leaf spring, compact in size, used in many suspension types. Coil spring is used most common type spring is found in modern vehicles. It is not applicable for the heavy vehicles. We can use the coil spring for the light vehicles or that is a light work. Finally, that is a torsion bar. That is a torsion bar, that is a one end, it is attached to the frame and the other to the lower control arm. That is up and down motion or the suspension system, that is a twist the torsion bar, and it will then try to return its original position, that is moving the control arm to its original place. Now you can see the figure. In this figure, that is a torsion bar, it is shown, that is one end that is connected to the rigid fixing to the frame, and other end that is connected to the suspension lever arm. So continuously there is a motion, that is up and down motion. So that is a twisting motion, it is a comes on the, that is a torsion bar, that will be the torsion bar will be that is a try to return its original shape. So that is a function of the torsional bar. So these are the basic components of the suspension system. Thanks for watching video. Thank you. Stay connected for the next videos.